guys, I welcome you live on SBTV Africa. If you just chance on our channel, my name is DJ Nyame, and make sure you watch our videos. We have a lot of videos on our channel, SBTV Africa, the voice of the community. We also have SBTV Sports and SBTV Africa Foundation. Let's help together. Today I'm here with my main man again, Patrick, to see one or two things. We talk about one or two things happening in the system. Like I always say, every week I try to bring him to see what is happening. You too can also learn something from it and see how you can manage your cash and all that, shall we? So my name is DJ Nyame. Let me go straight and have a chat with Patrick. But before that, don't forget 25th of February is coming down. It's going on the Dominion Center, London. Those in London, Akwabwa, Marpino, Mr. Drew, and other artists are passing through 25th of February. Grab your tickets now, www.shoops.com. Go there. If you are in UK, other parts of Europe, and also US and Canada, make sure when sending money to Ghana, you download Tap Send. The app is on Play Store, App Store. Download it. Promo code. You don't forget to type SBTV. That's it. Then you send money home. Patrick.
Yes, sir.
I welcome you live on SBTV Africa. How be you?
Boss, a day.
Everything cool? Daybreak Africa. Math open. That be my term. If I say Daybreak Africa, you say math open. You know why math open? Nah, if your math no open, you die.
You know that.
Because you go chop, you go drink water.
You know that.
So you be math open, you go talk.
Repeat again, make our
Daybreak Africa.
Math open.
Math open. Fantastic.
Charlie,
I brought you here today on one or two things we have to just go through. Right. Charlie, something they trend on this bank thing. First Atlantic Bank. He said the finance minister. You see some slave queen matters and all that.
Yeah.
But you being a financial expert and this thing happening and all that, what's your take? Is it going to affect the bank? What's your take? Okay,
so I know the bank has been sealed together with their CFO, Chief Finance Officer, so at this stage, all what we are hearing or what we have seen is someone claiming something.
Okay.
So we have to put that on record that one party is claiming something. And the other party is here to respond. I'm not sure even if they respond, they will bring it to the public for us to know. It's, we are in a digital era, the social media era, where something that can start on social media, if you don't manage it, if you don't come up with your own defense, it can have serious and damaging effect on you. So this particular issue you are referring to, I know as we speak, if the bank is not preparing, they are already in a meeting or preparing to come and issue a statement. I'm not sure they will go into the matter.
Yeah.
Because the matter is not going to the court, so they won't go into the matter. But I'm sure they are going to just issue out some things that they intend to do going forward. And it's very crucial, it's very important. I'm not too sure this particular thing will stop someone, for example, if the person is a customer of that bank, to say that I won't take my money to that bank. No, I'm not sure about that. But there are some claims in the allegation that the bank will have to quickly debunk. So the claim of a person saying that some of them staff are being used to get accounts. They claim that they are using service people as a way of getting money for the bank. So these are serious claims. And claims that the bank, I expect the bank to come out, if they are coming out today, they are going to debunk and say that it's not true. So that's what they have to do. But as to the issue between the chief finance officer and the lady,
that's a personal thing.
I think that one, it should be handled as such. They should allow the matter to be in the law court. If it's true or it's false, I'm sure it's the court that will decide. But the bank should clearly state out that that is not true or it is true. I'm not sure the bank will say it's true anyway, but they should state that it's not true. So, as to whether that thing is happening in banks or not, you see, it's not a bank-wide decision. No bank will sit in, let's say, executive committee, board, and say that going forward, our strategy is that all young ladies in the bank, we are going to give them some money for them to go and sleep with people and get loan. It can't be a policy. Neither will it be a policy at, let's say, management committee that the strategy is that customer service people should do that. Sometimes in the course of people chasing after targets. So you can be in a bank, your target may be, let's say, a month, you have to bring 1 million Ghana cedis. So the person will look at the 1 million Ghana cedis. Who can I get the 1 million cedis from? Okay, so I can get it from the person, I can get it from that person. How do I get to the person? Oh, the person plays golf. The person goes to this place, goes to that place. They will go there and believe like they want to also play the golf. They will go and dress some in a particular way just to catch the attention of the people. And that is the kind of strategies that people use to market and get some monies for them to be their target. Because in the banking space, if you are not beating your target, one, you can be given a warning letter, you can be demoted, you can be sacked. So these are some of the strategies that people use. On this particular one, the person claims that the accused was using that particular instinct or sex to push her to be given permanent employment. These are this. That also, I'm not sure it's a general or bank-wide thing that happens in all the banks. I'm not too sure. It may get people that, because of their position, the power that they have, they may say that because of their power, if you don't do this, I won't do that for you. And I'm not sure it happens in the banking sector. It happens everywhere. You go to the ministries, it happens there. Even in church, it happens there. So that is how I want the discussion to be positioned. If someone does something wrong, it's the person. It is not the bank. I'm not sure any bank in the world, in Ghana, will have that as a policy. I know some years back, some of the banks that came into Ghana, the foreign banks, they purposely selected some ladies of certain height, certain body, just to give an ambience. For example, Master, if you go to the bank and the customer service, they're all looking bright, you feel like going there because at that time, other banks were using people who were well advanced in age and they were more careful. But these people were, they were going. So it was a strategy that they used to gain attention in the market. But I'm not sure that strategy was for them to go and be sleeping people. No. I don't think that was what was happening. So that will be my take on it. Of course, when an issue comes up to like this, people bring out their own stories and here and there. We should expect that because social media, people will just create a story. I saw some WhatsApp chat and I can clearly see this is fake. People can just sit and chat among themselves.
Because of content.
Yes, and just cut it and bring it out as if that's the truth. It may not be the truth, it can be the truth. But we should be careful how we go about some of these issues when we are talking about it. Because until you get the full content, it's what the lady say may be true 100%, it can also be false 100%. So if you back the lady, you stood by her and you were chastising the man and it goes to court and she loses. And she admits in court that it was false. Are you not going to beg the man? You can't do that. So when an issue comes, I always say that people should take their time. Let's look at the issue, how it develops. And don't rope in people. I know over the news, people are saying, okay, this bank too, another bank is doing like this. Things that people don't even have evidence. And if it's happening in the bank, it's just an individual. Maybe some manager.
Not all the banks.
Sometimes what people even use to get this kind of advantage, a person may not even be the manager. It can be just be a teller. It can be anybody at all, but because the person works in the bank, the person can use that to also get some advantage. So that will be my take on this matter. But I'm not sure it will affect the bank in terms of deposit. No. This one is just an operational thing that is passing, and they should be able to move on. Okay,
so now you've cleared everything. Let's go over to something that came up.
Yeah.
But we couldn't meet. I wanted us to tackle on it about this.
Debt exchange.
Yeah. Let's talk about it in the brief. Where is it? I put it here. So about the domestic debt exchange program.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it about?
Okay, so the domestic exchange program is basically what we call the debt exchange program. Government has gotten to a point where it cannot pay people that is owing. Okay, so government has decided to break the people that is owing into various categories. So there's a debt, which is a domestic one. And the domestic one here, we are talking of the banks, insurance companies, pension houses, individual bondholders, people who have monies with government. Then you have the foreign one, which is those who are giving Ghana foreign bonds. So this one particular notice is about the local ones. The local ones, don't forget, government in the past separated them into corporate and individual. And I said in the last time that individual is like myself, you. If you have some money that you give to the government for a longer period, we call it bond. It means the government is owing you and the government to pay. The government says that because of some challenges that they are explaining, they want to extend it from if yours is expiring this year to 15 years and all those things. The corporate institutions, we have banks, we have insurance company, pension houses, finance houses. The banks last week brought a communication that they were not going to do the program with the government because it will kill their business. But when you look at what government brought, it means that the whole of 2023, if a bank has 100 million cedis with government, the bank will not earn anything, not even 1 cedi on that 100 million. The bank will only earn something next year. The banks are saying, no, we have people that are working for our staff. We have shareholders that we need to give them returns. So if you say that a whole year, our money that we are living with, you won't give us anything, we cannot accept. So they brought communication that they are not going to accept. Quickly, the Finance Ministry, Bank of Ghana, entered into a meeting with the banks last week. And I understand they had series of meetings for like 2 days, 3 days. So on Monday, they brought a communication of what they've agreed on. So the government, Ministry of Finance, Bank of Ghana says something. The banks, we call them Ghana Association of Banks, GAB, they also said something. So now they brought it together and they've agreed on what they said. So what they are saying from that report says that one, the year 2023, initially they were giving you 0 interest. Now this year they're going to give you 5% interest. So which is good news for the banks. It means that you were having nothing, now you have 5% on the total bond that you are holding. That's one. For me, that's not even the best news.
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
Because I saw some people's comments, they are saying it's not enough.
But for me, either it's enough or it's not enough. For me, it's not even the point. The most important point to me is the second thing that was said in the document. And I just want to read. It says that government cannot unilaterally change the arrangements in the domestic debt exchange program now. Every amendment will have to be discussed and agreed upon by all parties before implementation. In the past, when they brought the document, it was scary. It was stated clearly that the government at every point in time can change the arrangement. So even if the government said 0% this year and next year 5%, next year the government can say that I'll give you 0% and you can't do anything about it. And don't forget, they have gone to Supreme Court to go for what you call immunity. Immunity means that whatever they do, you can't do anything about them. You can't take them to court because the court has already given them immunity. Okay. So that's what was in the first one. Now with this second one, it means that anytime government wants to change the arrangement, it can only do so when they bring the two parties together. And for me, that's very important because you see, government will change, government will come. You may have this arrangement with this government. If the next election, the government changes, and the next government comes and says that I want to change it, you can't do anything about it because that is what the arrangement says. But with this new one that they are going to sign, it means that government at every point in time will have to do what you call consensus. You have to go into agreement for the banks to understand before you can make the change. So that is what the publication is all about, and the banks have accepted because, I mean, where they are, their hands are a bit tied. If they wish, that program will not come on, but their hands are tied. Now, what is going to happen is that government will need to give the banks time for them to go and get approval. Don't forget, all of these banks, they have board. Management or CEO cannot decide that, okay, I've agreed. They have to go and present it to their board for the board to approve before they can sign the document. Again, if you're a foreign company, for example, a bank from Nigeria, a bank from South Africa, a bank from the UK, you cannot sit in Ghana and say that I've agreed. So they need to also go and get approval. So they need approval between now and 31st of January before they will sign the document. So once they sign, then it means that officially the banks have agreed to the debt exchange program. And as I said, it's going to have impact on the bank. One, their profit levels will go down. Two, if you don't manage things well, it can affect those who work there. So I'm sure if you are working in the bank and this year, you're expecting some huge bonus. You're expecting some huge salary increment. I'm not sure it will come. If it comes, then maybe it's a miracle. Most of the banks will not get huge salary increment or bonus this year because that is what is being affected by the debt exchange program. And I'm just hoping and praying that most of these banks will be able to manage things so that they don't sack people. Because look at where we are now. If you are sacking people, it's a serious matter. You are killing people altogether. So I'm just hoping that they'll be able to manage the situation. If you are not going to increase salary, at least let people work. Let them get something to go to their various homes. And again, this is where the banks also need their staff to support them. Because if the bank is not making profit, and we are not working hard to make the bank get extra profits from somewhere, the bank will be forced. Their hands will be tied. At some point, they can't pay salaries.
Charlie, from what you are saying there, we are not in normal times.
No, we are not in normal times. If anybody tells me we are in normal times, we are in normal times.
So if, like say now, I think I've asked you a similar thing before. If I have money now and maybe I want to put it, I have some investment, or maybe I want to invest in something, but looking at one or two things, maybe I need to keep the money at the bank. Should I go for now? I think last time I asked you, that's why I'm repeating. Where should I place the money?
So, I would say if you want to do, for example, this month, you should shun away from anything government for now. I will advise you this month and next month. Let's see how government's
so fixed or which one?
So you can decide to do fixed deposit or just keep the money in your account if you are not too sure. But I would prefer that instead of keeping your money in your account, do fixed deposit like some 3 months. So that by the time the 3 months is over, I'm sure if government is able to form an agreement with IMF, things will begin to stabilize. Once that agreement is signed with IMF, you can decide to revert back to treasury bill and be doing your treasury bill. Because it will surprise me if government touch treasury bill. They can't do that. You do know why? Because government uses treasury bill for their operational expenses. When they're going to pay salaries, they go and buy treasury bill to do that. So government knows that if they touch treasury bill, they are touching the day-to-day operation of government. So they will not touch. Just that we are very careful how you deal with government nowadays. Because you say something today, the next moment it changes. So that's why people are just careful. But if you want to do it now, I would say that just go and do some fixed deposit and be fine. You'll be fine. The bank will not go down. You'll be fine because Bank of Ghana will support them with liquidity if they are going through some challenges. So that one is not a big deal. But if you are going to do something with government now, then you should be careful. Take your time. Let's wait till the IMF deal is signed. If indeed we can even meet the requirements. Once it's signed and we meet the requirement, then we know that things are not going to be as they are. Then we can be able to revert back to treasury bill. The reason why people want to do treasury bill today is because the rates are good. Charlie, 32, 33% is not easy. It's good money. If I'm leaving my money with government, that's the meaning. I'm going to explain. 33%. If I'm leaving my money with government and I have 100,000, I'm just going to sleep. I won't do anything.
For 1 year?
For 1 year, I'll get 33,000. So that's why people want to go there. Because, of course, if I'm going to do business, there's risks. Apart from the risks, my time will also go into it. When you factor your time, sometimes when you do minus subtraction, it's even less than 33,000. And I've said it here before. So that's why 33 is pushing people to go. But for now, it's discouraging from the way things are going. I mean, the way people are moving from the T-bill. Because government is not consistent. If government said, I'm not going to touch T-bills, I'm not going to touch individual bondholders, and they did not bring any communication on that, people would have trusted the government. But they said that, the president said that, finance minister said that, then December, when we were enjoying Christmas, they are touching it. So that is what is not giving people comfort. And for me, that was suicidal. That decision to bring in individual bondholders because they took away pension funds was suicidal. And I know they were trying to make up for a shortfall in the money that they were not getting. But it's suicidal. Individuals, we are touching lives. We are touching individual lives at home. And for me, that is not...
I saw one media house interview, and he was crying.
Yes.
Talking about some coupon and all that.
Coupon is the interest they are going to earn. If you touch a person who is on retirement in interest, you are killing the person. They are telling you shouldn't go to hospital, you shouldn't eat. Because some people use that 6 months interest they pay, which you call the coupon, to survive. And now you are not paying, the person cannot survive. And that person will go out of sorrowness or anything, the person can die. The person will die, the family will be there, they go and bury him. Maybe the money that they need to bury him, they won't get. So individual bondholders, please, and I'm just hoping that the government will bring out a communication on that they have been exempted again. And they should put a line that they will not be brought again into the thing. For me, that is what we should do. When crises come and we are trying to find solution, don't create more problems. Do you understand? Don't create more problems. If you can solve the situation 50% now, solve it now. Don't try to solve all the 100% now by taking them into some more troubles. For me, I don't think we should do that. So let's forget about individual bondholders. Don't touch treasury bill. If the banks have accepted, find ways and means to deal with them. If the finance house will accept, deal with them. Because they are corporate institutions. They will be able to now take the matter and go and explain to their customers that this ABCD. Because they have the muscles. They have shareholders that can bring in more funds. Of course, shareholders are also crying. They are individuals. But it's better than touching 1, 2, 3 people, sometimes 1 million, 2 people, million people who have their funds with you. And the government should not do that. They should just reverse that decision so that there will be peace in this country.
Okay, they should reverse that decision so there will be peace in this country. Patrick,
yes,
Charlie, thank you so much for passing through SBTV Africa. You know, like I told you guys, every week I'll be bringing him those who are interested to know more about where to invest, where not to invest, what you should do, what not to do. We'll be talking about it every time. Charlie, what? Big ups, Patrick Ba Abankwa.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Patrick Ba Abankwa. He's on social media. Yes, what's the handle again?
So it's Patrick TV GH. Patrick was one word, TV and GH is also one word. Or Patrick Ba Abankwa, as you said, or Savings Twitter.
Savings Twitter.
Yes. All social media handles: Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. We are trying to build something
small. Charlie, nice one. Thank Patrick for passing through SBTV Africa. Guys, if you love our channel, subscribe to our channel for more. We'll be bringing you more on SBTV Africa. We have more videos. If you also want to join us, my numbers are on the screens for discussion, for interviews, for whatever, for coverage, whatever. Just link up. I'll thank my production team, DJ Click, Sharon, Tina, and subscribe to our channel for more. See you again. Tour. Hi
there, my name is Calibos, the only boss with one S. Happy new month to all of you. Welcome to a month of new possibilities. Do you know why life has been made so easy? It's because of Tap Send. People, Tap Send is here to make your life easy if you want to transfer money to Ghana, if you want to transfer from USA, if you want to transfer from UK, Europe, Canada, a lot of places all to Ghana. And guess what? When it comes to Ghana, there's no e-levy charge. So, what are you waiting for? Download Tap Send on Google Play Store and App Store and be ready for exciting offers coming your way each time, every time on Tap Send.
Tap Send. Send more, spend less.